Alrighty, back at it again today. What's up? Gonna start out another day of this wonderful life. Background shit going. Alright. Gloves. Yeah, we get these gloves on, get a syringe, pad, draw a shot. Our stuff's been warming up all night. These bags don't come warm. You gotta kind of make them the way you want them. Body temperature, not too much over, because I've done it both ways. Super cold in the summertime, it's not all that bad, but if you let it get too warm, it's a little shock to your system. I mean, it's not like it's painful, but it's not completely pleasant either. You know, it's one of those fucking things. Every good thing has something that's just about as bad about it as it is good. I should be watching videos on how to edit videos. But today we're going to just do a little life lesson stuff. Maybe chat a little bit. See what you think about that. We might even do a live on fucking TikTok. Oh, a nice warm baggie. I hate it when they're twisted. They want to lay funky. Oh, trying to get ahead of ourselves here. We already did our weight this morning. Let's get our stuff. Anything else we need? Not that I can think of. Snap these things. I'm making a new glove. Set of gloves. Fucker. Oh man. Monday, it was a good weekend. My basketball team upset the number 2 seed in the tournament, and that was awesome. Make it to the Sweet 16. 4 out of the last 5 years. I pop this thing. Any leftovers? Nope. 1001, 1002, 1003, 1004, 1005. There we go. I'll have to get another set of gloves, but I don't care. A lot of tests this week, tomorrow afternoon. I'm going to be going to UAMS in Fayetteville, So they can do a lot of heart scans, CT scans, this scan, that scan. It's going to be interesting to say the least. I haven't had any of that shit done before. Another thing that goes along with transplant procedures is you pretty much have to have every single elective yearly thing or non-elective yearly thing done, like checkups, colonoscopies. I do blood work, well, 3 times in the last 10 days. So as you can imagine, if you're scared of needles, that sucks. But if you're not scared of needles, or you have a good phlebotomist or somebody who does their job proper, then you don't have issues. But now, have I been lucky enough to have really good ones that have been good and hydrated every time I went in? So it's not like it's a pain, so to speak. It's more of an inconvenience just to have to put out money to go to these places when you don't have a job. And that's one thing I wanted to get around to today, is jobs and working and what you can expect if you get into this situation. The last 10 years I've done nothing but run the road and do data work. Putting in switches, point of sales, cameras, access controls, even doing the registers at the Walmarts, schools, hospitals, Cisco food warehouses, where you go in and redo the whole system and upgrade it. I've traveled and seen a lot of really cool stuff and made a ton of money. My only regret is that I would have not been in some kind of committed relationship for this part-time. That way I could have really banked up some cash and just done it. So all you young single people out there who don't have anything else to do, you can go into any kind of trade. Don't get fucking $150,000 into debt. That's just dumb. Try to be smarter than the last group of people that were in front of you. Learn trade. My thought process was, if you want something bad enough, you get into the business that's close to that. If you want to be a car guy, why don't you work at a car shop, be a car salesman, whatever. If you want to build homes, start out framing, learn architecture, go to school at night. If you want to be a low voltage guy, which is, I don't know what the break off is on that now, but that's basically anything that electricians don't do. And that includes cameras, data, and even though electricians do some of that stuff, they don't do it like real low voltage technicians do it. So that's just one of those things. Those are great jobs to get into. I basically spent the last 10 years driving around, trap shooting, working, and just having a good time in all over the place. And if I would have stayed home and done that, I wouldn't have made nearly as much money, wouldn't have met nearly as many people, had as many experiences, saw as much stuff as I did, and enjoyed life as much as I did. There's something to be said about being home, but there's also something to say about being out and about and just seeing for yourself. And when you do jobs like I used to do, where you would go stay a month at a time or 3 months, you can immerse yourself in that local culture and start trying to, see the world from everybody else's point of view, other than just a singularity that you get through your own eyes. I've met some great people, and I ain't gonna lie, some people have tried to rob me, and that sucks. It sucks that people are in such a position that they have to fucking feel like they gotta do shit like that. I'm not gonna blame anybody for the simple fact that all these different individual scenarios, I don't have a personal look into what has caused them to make these kind of decisions. But having said that, they made their decisions. Now, whether you were brought up in a really poverty-stricken area, hell, I grew up part-time in a trailer in the panhandle of Texas in the 70s with nothing, eating government cheese and peanut butter with the grease on top. So I don't want to hear that I've had any kind of privilege. Now, through divorce or marriage, my mom elevated her status and thereby pretty much just giving me enough money to keep me out of everybody's hair. And they were gone and partied a lot, and they did their thing too. So we grew up feral. And a lot of kids don't have that luxury nowadays. They have everybody telling them how to do every single thing without question. That's not free thinking. But you have to listen too, because sometimes some people do have goodness in their heart to try to tell you about their mistakes and how they made them and how you're headed down the same road. That's the shit you need to listen to. If you can really relate with someone, and most of the people nowadays have a little harder time connecting with people. They don't let their guard down. A lot of people are jaded, divided, divisive, and just tribal. But not feral. Feral's different. You can go survive on your own. If I didn't have my ass hooked up to this stupid bag all the time, I would be working. I would be shooting. I would still be chasing the right woman that I still ain't found. I would still be trying to do stuff for other people. And I would still, above all else, live. Live for fun, live for the moment, and live for the future too. You can't take God out of any equation. When you get news like I got, it's just one of those things. You don't expect it. Here's the story. I've been working 10 years on the road, running. I come home for a week from Michigan. My next job's in Atlanta, so I get to spend a week at home. I have to go to my doctor for my yearly blood work. I'm old. I'm over 50. And I go on a Saturday and I shoot a trap shoot, and I shoot really well. I won, I want to say, my doubles, my handicap yardage, and then I won high overall as well. And then I drove, 10 hours, 15 hours, whatever it is, from here to Atlanta, including stops. Got set up in my Airbnb. Got there late Sunday night. Monday morning, got up, went and looked the site over, and we switched from Central to Eastern time. And by 3 o'clock that afternoon, I got a phone call from my doctor's office. And I didn't feel any different. I had noticed over a few months feeling a little tired, but I just figured that was because I was running all the time. And the call came in. They said, get to the emergency room now. You're in renal failure, which is kidney failure. So I hauled ass and went to Emory University Hospital in Atlanta, Georgia. I think I spent 18 days in there, but I believe they saved me. I got to go home, and then I got to start this journey. So it all started in September 2023. I fought the disability, folks. Got some disability, but it's one of those things. When you go from making $4,000 a month to less than half of that, and then no company car, no free insurance, none of that shit, it kind of hits you where it hurts, in the wallet, and the heart and the head and everything else. You got to keep your mental health up bigger than anything. And that's the fucking test right there. If you can keep a positive attitude over your whole life and all the shit that's going on in it, then you stand a good chance to do well. If you don't, can't, there's no telling what you'll do. Seeing people go down, I'm not talking about shooting yourself or any kind of thing, suicide type of thing. I don't even know if you can say that, but a lot of people will fall into a pattern of abuse with alcohol, food, gambling, sexual partners, and every vice has its downfall. I don't think any one of them is worse than any of the other ones, because if you've met anybody who's been down that road, then you know exactly what I'm talking about. They will do anything for the next drink, the next shot, the next sit at the blackjack table, the next fucking lottery ticket. But you keep it all in perspective and you do what you're supposed to, and you pray and you eat your vegetables and you fucking say your prayer and you fucking do right and do right by other people, then I think you probably make it through all right. Anyhow, that's going to be the end of today's first session. We'll come back in part 2. Later.